Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to scan QR code or barcode using the VisionKit library which is available in iOS for Expo React Native app, and this will be Expo React Native iOS only tutorial. I have already made a video on Expo React Native for Android to scan QR code and barcode using the Google barcode scanner library from MLKit. So if you are interested you can watch that. Now there is already a default library for scanning QR code and barcode from Expo, but here I'm not going to be using that. I will be showing you how to create a native modules to integrate the VisionKit library. So if you are interested you can watch this particular video. That's why I am giving a quick disclaimer that I will be writing a native module for this. So let's get started. So firstly we'll have to create a Expo project. Now there are different ways you can create an Expo project. If you go to this particular documentation, so these are all the different templates which are present using which you can create an Expo project. And I will be using this blank TypeScript template because I want the TypeScript support and I want only a minimum project. I don't want unnecessary things in my project, just to keep things simple. So I'll just copy this. So this is the command, and inside your workspace directory you can just paste it over here. Now also one more thing which I want to mention is that I have already created a sample project which I will be copying a lot of code from. It's very difficult to remember all the code by myself, so ignore this my app, but I just want to give you a heads up that I will be copying some of the code. But yeah, it's so I will just give this app my app to give it whatever name you feel like, and it will create the Expo project for us. Now this will take a little bit of time, so once this is finished I will come back. So here it is still installing. I think it should finish pretty quickly, but what I want to tell you guys is that, so here is our project been created. Right now, given that we want to write a native module, we need to generate the iOS folder for this particular project. It does not by default generate the iOS folder for us. Again, this tutorial is only for iOS, that's why we are only concentrating on the iOS folder and not the Android folder. So to generate the iOS folder, so here you can see it is done. So I will just cd to my app what I have created, cd my app to, sorry, and this is my app, right? I'll just clear this out. Now what I need to do is I have to create that particular iOS folder, given that I need to write native modules, right? So I will go to this particular link, I will just open it, and I can't use Expo Go for this. So what I'll have to do, again this is for iOS specific, so I will go to iOS device, click on development build, and here uncheck this toggle box. And I have already done this Xcode setup, so if you haven't done, make sure you do all this setup because that is required for native code. Then we have to copy this particular command and run it inside our app. So I'll just copy it and paste it over here and I'll run it. Again, this will not generate the iOS folder for us, but yeah, this is required given that we have this development server running. And then once that is done, we will have to copy this particular command, and so this is done. Now I will just copy and paste this particular command. So this will generate the iOS folder for us. It is asking me a bundle identifier. I'll just keep it as default. I'll just press enter and it will use the default identifier, and here you can see it is creating our native directory. It will also do CocoaPod stuff. So here you can see it has created the iOS folder, but it will take a little bit of time, so be patient. There is, I think, okay, so I think that should be it. Now it might try to run it on a simulator as well. We don't want to run it now, so wait for this CocoaPod's installation to finish. But in the meantime, what I want to show you is let's go to this particular doc. So this will help us how to create a native module. So just copy it and I will paste it over here. So it tells us how to add a new module to our existing application. So to create a new module, we have to copy this particular command. Again, I will just wait for this to finish because I don't want any issues. So once this is finished, I will come back again. Okay guys, so as you can see, once the CocoaPod installation is done, it is asking me to select my simulator. I won't select it because I don't want to run the application now. I'll just do Ctrl C or Command C. Then we have to run this particular command for creating a native module. I'll just paste it over here. It will ask me for my module name. So here you can see I'll just name it as my module. You can give it a better name. Then I'll just click on enter. Don't really care. Okay. So this module is done. Now again we have to do CocoaPods installation for this particular module. So I'll copy this. I'll paste it over here. Okay, again now this might take little bit of time, so be patient. In the meantime, what I can do is that I will go to my testing app. I'll go to modules, my modules. I'll go to iOS, and here we have to open this file, my module.swift. Okay, so this is my testing project. I will go to my actual project, modules, iOS, my modules.swift file. So I will just open it in like split window. So this is our actual project, and this was my test project. Firstly, we will have to import VisionKit. So that's what I'm pasting it over here. Then we have to add this annotation because VisionKit is only available from iOS 16. So that's the disadvantage of VisionKit. But yeah, I think for me it is fine because iOS 18 will be released soon, and keeping the minimum deployment target to iOS 16 is fine for me. Then we have to create a view controller like this data scanner view controller. Oh sorry, before that we have to extend this data scanner view controller delegate. So I will just paste it over here. Then we have to create this data scanner view controller. Now I am only interested in recognizing barcodes. I'm not interested in recognizing text, but if you want text as well, you can uncomment this. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Okay, so here you can play around with these values. Also here you can see we are also created this variable just to check whether the scanner is supported or available or not. Okay, rest inside this module definition, just give some space, and here we have to write this onCreate method. So we can't write init inside Expo modules, unfortunately. So to overcome that, we have to use onCreate. Because we are extending this delegate, we have to set the delegate for this particular view controller. That's why we are doing this inside onCreate. Okay, then rest is boilerplate code which is generated by default. I'll keep it as it is. Okay, next go over here, give some space. Okay, then I will copy this particular code. So this is the function which will be getting called from React Native side. So I'll just copy it and I'll explain it to you what exactly we are doing. So here you can see this is our function. It is an asynchronous function because scanning QR code or barcode will take little bit of time. So I will just show you the entire bit of code. Okay, so this is the code. Okay, let me just remove this. I'll just move it over here. Okay, so hopefully you can see it now. So here is the asynchronous function, so named scan barcode, and we need to present the view controller which we have defined like this data scanner view controller, right? For that it needs to be called on the main thread only. So first we are checking whether we have the scanner available or not. If yes, then we get hold of the root view controller to present our data scanner view controller. So this is how you get hold of your root view controller. Then we pass our data scanner view controller, and then we just call start scanning. In case if there is any error, I'm sending this error message back. Now from where did this on change come from? I will explain that a little later. Again, I will go back to my practice project because there is few other lines of code which we need to copy. So we have to override few of these other methods as well. Now here you might be noticed, like if you are a native iOS developer, I have assigned this public what do you call it, data type, not data type, this public level. I forgot what's the technical name for it, like the public, private, internal, those kind of stuff. So we have to write this public because this is only till 30. This is from 13.4. You might be thinking, okay, I will just make it as 16. If you make it as 16, somehow Expo does not include our module. I don't know why. Maybe I am doing something wrong. Do let me know. That's why I didn't touch this. Just make this like these are actual methods which we are overriding from this data scanner view controller delegate which we are extending. So just add public at the top of it. Okay, so I'll just copy all this and then I'll explain it to you. So I'll just copy this. Okay, then I will go to my module.swift. So here, and then you will have to come down. Okay, so here is our function ending, then give one space and then you will have to paste it over here. Okay, let me quickly check. Yeah, so I'll just click on save. So I'll explain it to you each and everything. Like, you don't have to override all these methods. So suppose if you want to check whether the data scanner did zoom, for this you can use this overridden method. I don't want it, that's why I haven't written any implementation for it. I'll come back to this method later on, but this method gets called once our scanner detects a barcode or a QR code. So we just so it could detect multiple things, that's why we loop over it. We are not interested in text. As you remember, we were ignoring the text part. But I have added a switch case for text in case if any of you are interested. Then I have created this barcode because if you remember, this was the same thing, right? It gives both QR code as well as barcode, and once it is detected, we get the value in this particular variable. So as soon as a barcode is detected, I just do stop scanning. But if you want to keep on scanning, you can do that as well, but I'm not interested in that. So I just stop scanning and dismiss the scanner view controller and come back to our original screen, and I send this particular value. Again, you might be wondering where this on change, this value come from. I will explain that later. There are few other methods as well which I will show you. Like here you can override this particular method just to check whether there was an update or not, whether the item was removed or not, or in case if there is any error or not. So you can override this. I'm just doing a print log, but if you again want to send data, you can either use this for sending the actual value, or you can use something like this error if you want to send some error. Okay, so here if I just scroll so that I can show you the entire thing, you can pause the video and just copy paste the code if you want to. But yeah, these are the things. Now coming back to this particular method, so from what I have noticed is that it keeps scanning till you press the camera and then only it dismisses. So some of you might require this particular kind of functionality, like we want to keep scanning till you press the camera and then only it will dismiss. So for that you can use this did tap on, but I want to automatically detect the QR code or barcode as soon as we detect anything and send the result back to React Native side. That's why I'm using this particular method. If you are using this particular method, don't use this particular method. So it's up to you which method you want to use. Now coming back to this on change thing, like from where did I get this on change? So if whenever you create a Expo module, at least at the time of me recording, if you see the index.ts, not index.ts, sorry, src, go to src, my module types.ts. Here you can see they have created this change event payload, and it takes this value string at the top. But apart from value, I also want to send the error, right? So I will add error over here as well. If you are not sending error, you don't need to use this, but I want to send the error in case something goes wrong. Okay, so that's how this change event payload comes from. And if you see over here, they have defined this on change listener. So that's how we are able to use this on iOS, native iOS side. Hopefully they don't remove this in the future, but yeah, that's how you can do it. Yeah, this is fine. Now we need to define this particular method which we have created, this scan barcode, inside our index.ts file. Okay, again I won't take any risk, I will just copy paste it from the practice project which I have created. So index.ts, right? I'll just open that, and here you can see this is the function. So I'll just copy it and I'll paste it over here, so that from TypeScript of React Native side we should get proper typing, otherwise TypeScript will complain. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully this CocoaPod installation is also done for us. Now how to use it, again I'll just refer to my practice project. I'll just open app.tsx, and here I'll just open our app.tsx as well. Okay, and I will do split down. So this is our original app.tsx. I will just remove this particular text, don't really need it. First we have to use effect, because we really don't know when we will get the value after scanning, right? It could be after a second, 2 seconds, 10 seconds, even after a minute. So we have to keep listening for this particular value. I'll paste it over here. Now we need to import use effect from React, so I'll just copy that and I'll paste it over here. And we also need to import this scan barcode as well as this add change event listener from the module which I have created. So I'll copy this to imports as well. Okay, so here you can see I'm tracking both value as well as error, but you can track it however you feel like. And we are just removing the subscription once it is removed. Here I have created one button as well, and on click of it we will launch the scan barcode. So I'll just, and I will add one import for our touchable opacity from React. So here you can see on press we are just calling scan barcode. Now I will just hopefully I haven't forgot anything. I will just quickly run my app on a real iOS device. To run it on real iOS device, what I have found is that this particular thing doesn't really work. What I typically do is that I just run npx expo start inside my terminal. Then I just open the iOS project inside XC workspace and then run it directly from Xcode. That's how I follow. This npm expo on iOS device always launches my simulator. It doesn't launch my real device. I don't know why. It doesn't even present me the option of what all devices are connected. But anyways, in case if I'm doing something wrong, do let me know in the comments. But the end goal is to just run your application however you feel like inside your real device. So I'll quickly run the application and come back. Hey guys, there is one more thing which I need to tell you is that firstly you just go to your project, go to iOS and double click on this XC workspace. It will open your project, iOS project inside Xcode. And like I told you that this VisionKit scanning is only available from iOS 16 sorry. You will have to update the deployment target to 16. So just go to your project over here, go to general, and here you will have to update the minimum deployment target to 16. Also over here also you will have to go over here and change this iOS deployment target to 16. Make sure inside sign in and capabilities you will have to select your own account, otherwise, because we are running this on a real device. So yeah, do that as well and then try to run it on your real device. So you need to add the camera permission inside your info.plist file. So I forgot that. So just again go to your project, just select this info.plist, just click on this plus button, search for camera usage description permission, because that's the permission we require. So I'll just scroll down. Here is the permission, and here you can enter some value to scan QR code barcode. Okay, then again run the application. Sorry about this. Okay guys, so as you can see this is the app running on a real iOS device. I will just click on this scan button. So here you can see it has asked me for the camera permission first. I will allow it. Now I will just place my barcode on top in front of my camera, and here you can see it has scanned it. Now if you see over inside your Metro bundler, this is the value for the barcode, and given that there was no error, the error is undefined. Okay, I'll just stop this Xcode. Yeah, this is fine. Now I will show you for QR code as well. So this is the QR code. Again, this is my device. I will just click on the scan button. and it has scanned the QR code as well. And if you see the inside our metro bundler, it has printed the value. Again, the error is undefined. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.